So today we have Universal Nutrition Creatine. All right, so we're gonna open this up in just a second, take a look at it and mix it up, just see how it tastes. Not that it really matters, but why not, right? So the Universal Nutrition Creatine is a straight up monohydrate versus something I usually take, which would be like a blend, like the Muscle Farm blend. It's a good blend, I like it, but do you really need a blend? Answer, no, you don't need a blend. You don't need other forms of creatine. Monohydrate is still king, at least at the studies that I've seen. And by king, I mean it works exactly the same as all the other creatines. Can the other creatines act faster than monohydrate? Yes. Can they load your muscles faster than monohydrate? Yes. But take that out to about a month, I guess it is. At least from what I've seen, about a month, right? Once the muscle is saturated, you're good to go. Maybe they might have short-term things, but monohydrate has been studied more than all of these other blends, at least from what I've seen, and also from what I've seen about the blends, about other forms of creatine, that once you get to a certain point in time, like a month out, everything's even because the muscle's saturated. There's really no difference. So as I mentioned, I usually do blends like the Muscle Farm creatine blend. It's good stuff. I have nothing against blends. I'm just saying they're not really necessary, and you can usually get monohydrate a bit cheaper. I was gonna buy more of this, but I thought, let's change things up. I like to change things up, change brands around, change things up, keep your body guessing a little bit maybe, whether or not that works or not. So this is monohydrate, straight up monohydrate, and even on your blend, you're probably gonna have monohydrate as your first ingredient, which it is in this blend. Okay, so monohydrate, great stuff. It's going to give you the same exact results. More than likely, why would you want to avoid monohydrate? Well, some people have issues with how it affects their stomach, especially if you're not drinking enough water. A blend might be better for you. A different form of creatine might be better for you. Just don't think it's going to give you way better results, and don't be spending extra money, $20 extra on a tub just because you think it's going to do something, because it's not. Even on this monohydrate, I could have got something way cheaper. I could have got something for like $8.99. This was about $17 for 100 servings. So we're still paying for things like brand names, things like that. No matter what you're going to get, you're going to pay some for the brand, unless you want to go like bulk supplements, something like that, which again, it's fine. But, Universal, trusted name. Muscle Farm, trusted name. So I don't mind paying a little more just for that trust. So I believe I've talked enough about this stuff and about creatine in general. One more thing I'll say is they suggest taking about 14 to 16 ounces. That's not how I do it. I always put creatine in with my protein shake after my workout, and that's about 4 ounces of water. Now, 4 ounces of water, that's fine when you drink it, just to get it down, get it in you and be done with it. I don't want to walk around all day long drinking something, or even for 5 or 6 minutes. I just want to gulp it and be done. And that's absolutely fine. Just remember to have water next to you when you're doing that. Okay, have water next to you and ready to go. Because after you get that in, then you got to drink at least 2 or 3 cups of water after that. You can't skimp on water when you're on creatine, no matter what form. Yes, other forms may not need quite as much water to get into the muscle. Monohydrate, you got to get your water, period. You got to get the water, all right? So let's go and open this up, see if there's any scoop. I don't hear a scoop, but we'll see. Open it up. Opening it up. Safety seal. Okay, so there we are. Hopefully you can see inside. Again, I'll get B-roll so you can see inside. There does not appear to be any sort of scoop in this. Yeah, I'm way in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no scoop in there. No scoop in there. So if you wanted a scoop, you're out of luck. You'll just have to use a teaspoon. Unless you have like a scoop left over from another creatine. I'm not exactly sure. This is one reason why I like Muscle Farms. They usually put scoops in things. It's just nice. I actually don't know how much that is, but if it's a teaspoon, I'll use that instead of using an actual teaspoon. But whatever. It's a scoop, right? We can always find teaspoons. So no teaspoon in there. I'll just actually go ahead and mix this up, just because I want to see how it tastes. This blend, it tastes salty, sour. It doesn't really affect your shake taste that much. What am I doing? I don't want this. It doesn't really affect your shake taste that much. But if you're drinking it in water, again, I just want to see how it tastes. But you can put monohydrate in, whatever you want. A good place to put it would be, of course, in your shake. But if you want to put it in like juice or something like that, whatever you want. I'm just going to assume This is about a teaspoon. Pop it in some water. We'll stir it up. All right, so it dissolves okay. Hopefully you can see it's pretty well dissolved. And you know, a shaker cup's gonna work better, of course, especially if you're putting it in with your shake. Yeah, really not much of a taste at all. Compared to, I mean, it's got a little aftertaste, a little bitter aftertaste. Yeah, I can taste it now. Yeah. Yeah, this one is definitely more salty. I'm guessing it's because of the different blends of creatine. If you've had monohydrate before, it's going to taste like every other monohydrate. There's, you know, just because it says universal doesn't mean it's magic, right? It's just creatine. It doesn't have that salty flavor of at least the Muscle Farm blend. It should mix fine in any sort of shake. You know, I wouldn't be drinking it in just water unless you want to, unless you like that flavor. I mean, it doesn't taste good. It's not really meant to be drank on its own, but you can if you want. Especially put it in a shake, or if you like to have carbs, you can throw it in some juice or Kool-Aid, or, you know, whatever you want. So that's it for the Universal Nutrition Creatine. Again, this was about $16 for 500 grams on Amazon. That's 100 servings. It's a monohydrate. Again, monohydrate is all you need. It's going to be the same results anyway. You know, we don't do this for just 1 to 2 weeks when some of those studies are done to say, oh, there's a marked improvement in 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, well, we do this forever. You know, that's a lot longer than 1 or 2 weeks. And when you start pulling that out to a month, you're going to see that the results, they start to fade. And so there's no reason to pay extra money, in my opinion. And if you have studies that show otherwise, I will always look at studies. Always look at any studies that are relevant. If it hurts your stomach, monohydrate, then maybe go for something like a blend, right? But that's the Universal Nutrition Creatine. I like it. It's pretty good stuff. It's good to try out other brands, other things. This is a trusted brand, trusted name in bodybuilding for a long, long time. So check them out. Again, no scoop. That's not that big a deal though. It's quality creatine though. Check it out if you're interested. Universal Nutrition Creatine. Pow.